start, okay? Okay, so today we will cover, right, module 2, Epics demonstration, right? I think we talked about this last time, right?
Right.
Yes. Yeah, you said you have the installation steps and demonstration, so we can cover module number 3, okay? Learning basic conceptual information.
Magdi,
Okay.
I have made some installation steps earlier. I will share you. Please check and verify when you have time. Okay.
Right. Okay. Good.
Because there, if you tell me about the installation stage, this is the time consuming. So we are.
Yeah,
It is
I
better
can
to
share. Okay, I have a file has the steps. Okay, and I can share you this.
Okay. It is better. Okay.
Or I can guide you through the installation. I have a database ready for the installation if you want, or we can just talk about the page processing, page rendering, and some other topics. What do you prefer?
Both are better.
Okay, good. So let's talk about installation, right?
No. We will talk about the installation later.
Okay, good. Okay, so we will talk about
Okay.
page processing and render. Right, I have my Oracle Apex here, localhost. It's download on localhost here, installed on localhost, and I have using ORDS, right? And I have pluggable database.
Okay.
Okay. So today we'll talk about the Apex page process and rendering. Okay. Right here, I have a page. Oracle Apex provide us a page. Okay, so this page has a many components. And the page, okay, it divide to the three parts or three section: pre-rendering and components, okay, and post-rendering. Rendering, it means once the page, it's once you call the URL, okay, so the page start to show up the component, which component you have, a like breadcrumb or some other regions. If you have a classic reports, interactive grid, and some other components like buttons, items, etc. Okay. Pre-rendering, we have a 3 sections also: before header, after header, and before regions. You can run some computation process and do some branches, like you can direct, okay, to another page, and so on. It's the same after post rendering. After post rendering, it means after you press submit, right, and do the validation first, and the process you can do some also computation process also, and we will talk about computation and process, okay, a bit later. Okay. We have, this is the rendering section, okay, here, which is, we have here 4 icons. This is called rendering, and this is called, okay, dynamic action. Should have a tooltip here to display this. Not sure, maybe it's not working fine here. So let's try another browser. It's the same. Okay. suppose once you just have mouse over, it should do something like a okay, so let's talk about this. We have another section here called dynamic actions, right? We can do dynamic action on a page load level or on a change. That means, okay, you can create dynamic action once you change items or buttons or region. Actually, a change it should be for item or list, okay? We have section also called click, so you can create dynamic action once you click a button or URL, a link, okay? And we have also a dynamic action on level. Okay, if you have a normal page and this normal page called a dialog page, right? So you need to do action once the dialog page closed, okay, like refresh. If you add a new employee to your report, so you can do some actions right on the or after dialog close. And also, okay, if you need to do action once the page load, like if you need to disable or enable or hide, I show some items on the page based on a condition, right? Here we have the section called process, right? Can you hear me clear? Hello?
What?
Can you hear me clear?
Yes, yes. Yes, I can hear.
Okay. This section it's called process. Okay, so you can also create process, computation, branch after submit. Okay, we have a something section called validation. This is a validation on your page, right? Before you submit, you should do the validation. If you have items, it should not be null, or if you have any other validation like value between two ranges, right? Or you have a validation for dates or any other validation on database like SQL or PL SQL. Okay. And here we have the process. Also, process can do update in another table or can do some other actions on the same table. Okay. And we have section after process. What should I do? Okay, if I like if I have a form to add some employees and I need after insert this record for employee, I need to back to the employee report. Okay, so I should have a branch here called back to page home or whatever the page you want to back to. Okay, we have some section here called Ajax callback, which is have a process, and this process can be run whatever you want on the whole page. Okay, you can call this by JavaScript, okay, by creating dynamic and call JavaScript code. And this process also can do the same as process here, okay? Right.
Okay.
Here we have all components on our page. Okay, we have the menu navigation, right? We have navigation bar. Okay, we have a statistics of all components we have filtered by or grouped by the type of our component here. Okay, how many list of values we have, how many lists, if you have any authorization, build option, legacy data, and data definition, email template, and so on. Right, we have how many breadcrumbs, how many buttons we have, how many regions, like I have here, okay, 4 regions. And you can go through all of these, okay?
Okay.
Right here we have we have 3 sections here. right? And also we have one more section. Okay, we can show it from here. You can show title tab, just back again. Oh, it didn't. Oh, oh. Thought we have something. Okay, just. No, it's not in this. I think it's not in this version. Okay, so let's get back here. We have the layout here, so you can write once you just select on any. Okay, let's talk about this part first. So this part on the right side has a so many attributes. Okay, it just this says it changed once you click on any component here on the left side. So if you just click on breadcrumb, it has a different attributes, right? If you just click on a static component region, it will display a different attributes. So this attributes based on the type of the component you select. Okay, like if you select items, it's different from if you select a button and so on. Okay, and if you notice here, once we select region, we will have two tabs, one called region, one called attributes, and we have more tabs. Okay, like here, this is printing. It just appear with a classic report and the interactive, and I think for interactive grid as well. Right. Back to layout here. Okay, this layout it just allow you to to manage your like you draw your items on your page. Okay, you can move this button to be here. You can move this by drag and drop. Okay, items. So you can create new item by right click here. You can create so many. You can duplicate region, duplicate item. You can create sub region. You can create item button and create dynamic action. Also, you can create a validation. Right. If you just right click on item, you can create something called validation or computation. Okay. And create region below, create item below, and button, copy to another page, page search, expand all, collapse all, and you can delete also as well any region, items, button, any component from here. What I was going to say, if I just create a new item, so from here under layout, I can move this like this. Okay, I can move this to be on this or on the top, right? So from here you can manage your layout. You can move this to be before this or this after this, or you can just drag and drop whatever on any position on your page. Okay. We have also here three key buttons, one for regions, it displays the different type of region, breadcrumb, calendar, and cards, and you can just drag and drop here. Okay, any region you want, I just drag and drop card, but you have to make sure you fill the missing here. Once you see the red color here and here, and also you have a here, so this means this region I must fill the source right here, or you can read the message region. Okay, new source. Okay, table is required. So that means this attribute is required. Okay. Some of this region or buttons doesn't have any required attributes. Okay, like if you just drag a help text, right? It's not red, right? Some of this like content, aesthetic content, and so on. Okay. Remember, you can choose the region body, you can choose the position you want. Okay. We have also page header position here. We have a page navigation, breadcrumb, and content body, which is the important one. Okay, which is will hold the whole region. Also, we have region content, sub-regions, and next position, right? This is for each region, right? Scroll down to, we have a footer, like header, and also we have a line dialog, which is, okay, hold the dialog. It can be called by JavaScript code, okay? Just once you call it, okay? It will not appear on your page if I add any, if I add any a region here or any item, it can be, okay, displayed unless you just type a code to call it right here, okay? So let's say I have this as a classic report or whatever. And I can call it a inline dialog. So this can be, okay, displayed on my page unless I have code to call it, okay? I don't have it here, okay? Right, because it's not allowed to be appeared on my page. Do you have any questions in this part? Okay, do you find something difficult?
No, in this right side column in identification, you select the type column toggle report. But this is the interactive report. Column toggle report means what is that? I don't understand what is the toggle report.
So, sorry, what do you mean?
Which type of report you want to create in this new dialog, inline dialogs? I understand the classic report, interactive report, but in the inline dialog, which type of report you want to create?
Yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, it was just for, okay, actually in inline dialog, okay, you need to like create a dialog or a form. So you can create a button here. Once you click on this button, okay, it just displays this, okay, as a dialog, okay, right? This is an old way, okay, before they provide the dialog dialog module page. Okay, we can do an example, okay, a bit later, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I said this is just by default can't be displayed like this, okay? I have this is a footer, right? And I say okay, I renamed this to be inline dialog so we can see if it's could be displayed on, right? It's not displayed because by default it's not displayed unless you just create a button right here. Okay, we can do this we can call it call right inline. I can make it call inline, right? Once we create dynamic action right here, I execute JavaScript. Right, I think it's called open. Okay, window dot open. Right, I add a window name, window one. Right, let's go back to this and give it a static ID, right, call window. I think I said window W, okay, W1. I'm not sure it should work, or maybe let's try, okay. Just have a, you see here, interactive grid doesn't have, this is something else. Something interactive grid doesn't have, right. I should call once I click on this. Maybe this it is an interactive or to be. Let's call it a static. One item. No. Enabled one. Seconds. Okay. Actually, I think maybe this code it doesn't work like that. Okay, so Java scripts window.
Okay. No issue. We go ahead.
Okay, right. This is just yeah, it should work like okay, maybe. Okay, I will not. This is only one. Right, if it not. You see, I think yeah. Okay, maybe I can prepare some example. Okay, like this. So this is how the okay the page designer okay work, and also we have items here. Okay, you can drag and drop items to any position, right? You want, right? This is easy. Okay, instead if you go to the any region and start to right click, do some button item region sub region. Okay, so you can just move here, drag and drop, okay, any item from here. Okay, we have search, base search. You can search for any, like if we need to search for W1, okay, it will search for W1. You can search for any code you type here on this page. The most important tab here is for help, right? Once you right select any of these attributes, okay, you will see some examples here and explanation, right? Sequence, what sequence? Okay, if you just select any of these attributes, right? And okay, it's also important for right if you select something like build SQL code, what should I do? Right here, you should do some a build SQL code, a classic report, do here, right? It gives you an example of how to do this, right? And this, what should I do here? Okay, SQL query, the data is retrieved based on SQL query, or you just retrieve based on a table or view name, and so on. So this is an important tab, right? Okay, one more thing. Okay, actually it's more than one thing. We have breadcrumb here. It just show you how you can you already work on page number 101. Okay, from here also you can move right down and up to the previous or next page. Right here you can search for any page here, or you can search for recently edited, right?
Right.
You can just type the number, okay, and just press go, right? Okay, here it just a message. No, here it just if you have a feedback feature on your application, so you will see something here like 1, 2, 3. So you will know how many notification you have. Okay, and here this should a log page, right? You can do undo or forward the last changes you do, right? If I do this, okay, and I can do undo, right, or back again. From here, you can create a page, or you can copy, you can take this page as a copy, right? Go to breadcrumb, shared component, developer comments and issues. If you have issue, we have also another menu, okay, which is important. If you need to delete this, or if you need to see the advisor, okay, Oracle Apex, it provide you advisor, okay. This advisor, it's very important. If you type some BL SQL code or some code has a vulnerability or has an error in performance, so he can advise you to adjust this code to the best practice code. So this is, remember this is actually important. Cache history checksum and export, you can export to this page, right? This is something to show some other tabs here. And this is for sure for this icon, it's already used for you. I mean, it will be more used. This is for shared component, okay? Once you press on this, it will just take you to the shared component, right? Back to our page. Here you have a save. If you made any changes here, right, you can just save, or you can run and save, right? Save and run at once, right? Here you can search for the application. And I think this is out of the scope. This is for administration on I mean on Apex workspace, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is enough for the right page processing and rendering, okay. Apex session management right here. Yeah, it's we can talk about this, okay. Right, so let's talk about the session. I think you've okay, heard about Alibaba website or Google or whatever the website. So once you click on, let's talk about, I think you have Souk, okay, or Amazon.com. So once the user clicks this, okay, a new request created from your client to the Amazon server, okay, which is called request, and which is, the request this has a ID and has some right other protocols, okay. So this is like as a session ID we have in our application by Apex, okay. So once you just click to order something, okay, still the server doesn't know any information about you as a user, right? So the session ID is just to store some global variable or some other information about the user, okay, so we can use it later, right? Like, okay, it's the same as cookies here, okay. If you this browser has a cookies. It just builds some cookies once you call Amazon, right? Amazon URL. And this is more useful for our application here. Oracle Apex provides something called session ID. This session ID it can be useful to hold some global variable like application user, right? Like application user here. And some other global variable can be a useful yeah, for example, if you need to pay for something you ordered on your application, right? Yeah, I think it's more advanced. So okay, I can right now I'm just prepare for the URL syntax, so we can prepare for a session, right? Example for session ID. Actually, we can okay know this yeah, and some, I mean, in brief here, but I prefer to prepare a session for session ID, okay, and examples, right? So let's talk about the second right here. Sorry, just substitution strings and URL syntax, okay? Right here I have prepared a 2 pages, right? One page called, okay, it's called page 3, and I have it's called page 3. Okay, the syntax of the URL here, it should be like this, okay? We have F question mark B, which is something called prefix, okay? And this is to a route the URL here, okay, to the right engine, okay, for Apex engine. So this is a, I mean, this is a consistent value, okay? And we have, okay, after the this variable, we have something called app, which is application ID, right? 101, which is our application ID. After that, we have it's separate between variable and the other by column, okay, here. And we have the page after that, right? So we have a page 3 here, which is our current page, right? If I move to another page, this will be changed to be 4 right here. And we have something called request. You can add a specific request. It's a parameter called request. You can create your own request and do some action based on that request. So I will just explain the whole URL, then we can test the URL, okay, of how these parameters affected on the items and other things, okay? We have feature called debug, okay? This debug means if the URL has something right after request, okay, call yes, okay, that means you can debug this, like once if I debug here, okay, or enable debug. Let me just enable debug here. You will see added a yes here before, right? This means debug equal yes. That means you can view the debug, okay? That debug, it's 8 seconds ago, and you can go through what happened, okay, starting from the page rendering, okay? It's something having a alter session to set in a less language and some other code, okay, run behind the scene. Right, we have our main process here, which is a, I mean, query, which is selected from employee table, and so on, until you get to the end of the debug. This is for debug. We have something called clear cache. Okay, if you need to clear a cache of this page, right? I have a, we should have something called submit. Okay, just back here. And I think submit this, it's, okay. This is based on some condition. Oh, I have submit here, okay. So this is the, how you can fill the session, okay. Right, if I do, okay, if I look to the session right now, use session state, I will see no item, okay. Page has no items, okay, on this. But if I submit this, right, I will see two items with two values, right? Let's display, sorry, not this. Use session state, because we have two items here, and item value is called 13 and 13. Right, if I beg to just set this as a 50, then submit, right, display session ID, I will have another, the second one, it's called 50, and the old one, it's, and if you see here, this is updated and this is still inserted, right?
Right.
This is the page number, this is the application, right? So we have, okay, if we just move to another page and just back here, I still have the same values, okay? So I need to clear cache, okay? This two, right, items I need to clear because they are still in the cache, okay? So I have to, just let me show it here. I do this, right? Yeah, I just send two variable. Okay, let me just back to page. I'm sorry, page 2. Go to clear cache, right? Right here. Oh, should be page 3. Page 3. Yeah, this should be page 3. Okay, basically. Yeah, I just have set the two values for test. So right here, if I just click a clear cache, page number 3, okay, just none. So that means I will clear cache. Okay, so if I clear here, okay, I cleared the cache here. If I try to see this, okay, item value, it's null, okay? So this is how we can clear cache. And also we have, right, after clear cache, we can add a item names and items value. You can, okay, just let me just get this and add a, right now, item 1, okay, 1, this is the value, and item 2 to be 2 number. Okay, if you noticed here, we don't have any, right, we just have MACD as a request and this as a debug, and you have page number, okay, and we don't have any other parameters, okay? So just let me, okay, do this. If I press and decode the page again, right? So I have two parameters here, which is I have a item number 1, comma, item number 2, then column the value of item number 1, right, and the value of item number 2. We have something called C SCS, it means a checked sums. This is something related to the security. Okay, so the user can't, okay, take the URL and start to change this. Okay, and this is something more advanced. If you do this, okay, you will get this message. The checksum computed, okay, it's not this one. Okay, it didn't match the checksum, okay, passed into the shoe parameter. This is something more secure, okay, provided by Oracle Apex, okay?
Okay.
And also we have the last parameter, which is called printer friendly or print friendly, okay? If we just, okay, add the last parameter, actually, okay, I need to add this parameter right here. I think this could be yes. Okay, if you notice here, the view of the page, it's completely changed because this I can't edit. Okay, so this is just be able to I mean to be printed. Okay, so just you can do this, you can do a right click, or you can do whatever, how to print actually the okay, I can do it by here. Okay, so the last one, it's called yes. Yes mean this is printed. So we can add this to yes. See, and we can just print like this. Okay. I mean, this print friendly, it just prepare the page to be a friendly print. Okay, it just remove some, right, some regions like header and footer and some other regions not needed, so you can print I mean the page, okay, as well. Okay, so this is how the Oracle Apex URL syntax working. Okay. One more thing I can just, okay, explain. This is a request right here. Okay, how I can do the request. I have this button called parameters. So here, once you call the page, you can right, you can clear and reset page, you can clear regions, you can reset regions, reset pagination, and here you can create a request called MACD. And also we have something called anchor, okay, and what anchor doing, okay, let me show you this. First of all, okay, I've created a request to call MACD, so how I can use this request for, right? I can do this, right, I think you have done this. Okay, let me show you. All right. I can make any condition on the other page or whatever, any page, okay, based on that request. Okay, so this a button called hide show, okay. So that has a condition, okay, if request not equal value, which is MACD, okay. So right, I mean, it will not be displayed. So let's just make it as this. Okay, just need to back. So that means if the request, okay, equal MACD, I will show this button. If the request not equal MACD, I will hide this button, right? I have the request here equal MACD, so I have to just show this button, right? Are you following with me or? Is this is something difficult?
Oh, this is okay. Okay.
Okay, so you understand this point, okay?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is the username, no?
No, this is not the username, and it's by accident I did this, so I can just make this to be my request, okay? And this is a case sensitive, right? And I have to back to page 3 on that button. So under I have to put this here. If request equal value, that means will display this button. If not equal, just
Okay.
equal something like this, so it will not be shown. So right here, just I don't have something back to page
Yes, understand.
code, right? So this is button appeared here. Last thing, okay, we have here, you see here instead of Magdi, it's my request, okay? Let me just remember what I was thinking about. Okay, cache clear. Yeah, I would say, yeah, something about the right here, FU, yeah, about this options. Okay, clear region means, okay, it's, by the way, reset pagination first, right? The example, it's like this. If I do the pagination here, and if I have the user just move, yeah, between two, this is the pagination, right? I think I don't have pagination here, right? Just 4. Okay. The user, it just get into the last pagination, and I need, once I come back to this page again, to reset the whole pagination starting from 1 and 1 here. Okay, so I can see the first data. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, once I choose clear cache and do action reset pagination. So let's run this. Okay, remember, if I back to here, I will see the same, right? The same pagination I left, okay, 9 to 12, and this is by default, it just to get back to the first one. Okay, let's talk about this because I need to see it like this. Okay, so I just will get it like this. Okay, if I call the page again, okay, I will see this just to get back to the first one. This is how you can do the reset pagination, right? Reset region, okay. Reset region, it means like if I do a some filtration here, or right, some other, right, so once I get back here, okay, by this, that means it will clear the pagination or the filtration. I think I did that. Save, run. Save. It's cleared the it's cleared the region. Okay, and also if I did this, like a break right here, okay, which department number. Okay, so I need, once I get back to this page again, I need to just see the primary report as it was. Okay, not breaking by any other columns. Okay, so back to this and close this, then go here. It will clear any break pagination. The last thing here I have, it's called clear regions, right? I think this is clear region. Okay, it will right, apply on. Yeah, let's talk about this region. Okay, so if I fill this as a 444 and this as a 9, then submit. Okay, I need to back to here, and once I click on this, okay, right, it will clear. Okay, I think it cleared just the region and saved the session values, right? And how about the anchor? Anchor means, okay, let's say here, okay, back here, if I call the page here, right? So I need, once I get back also to this page, to go the whole way to the bottom, okay, not to open like this. Okay, how I can
Okay,
do
Magdi.
this? Yeah.
You in this the last session you told me ki the how to reset the pagination, how to refresh the page, and
Okay.
something other thing. But you before refresh the pagination, for refresh the clear the content, you go to the call page 3
Yeah.
and click on the call button. So it is required to click in this page for the clear page, clear cache or clear pagination,
Yeah, it just, yeah,
reset pagination.
I make this page, okay, just for demo. Okay, yeah. And how you can get to any other page, right? It's
Yes, yes,
just
yes.
by,
I want to know. I want to know that I have some check the data from the 100 number of page, है ना? Okay,
okay,
and I have set the reset pagination. And when I will go to employee page. Okay, and
okay.
after that I came to again the URL syntax. So this is the page already reset, na?
Yeah, okay, you can fill this, yeah, manually.
Yeah. It,
It
okay, it
should
is
be, should
not
be
necessary
clear
to go to
cache.
the particular button. Na? It is not
No, no,
necessary to go to
no, no.
particular button.
No, no. If you have prepared URL, okay, and your a dynamic action or in your other reports, okay, calling as another page, you can fill this clear cache by a different okay, by different I mean this uh you can
Okay.
type it by CRK capital, it means clear region, or RR, it means reset regions, or RB, it means reset pagination. Okay, so this,
In the
okay,
dynamic action.
any a dynamic action or any okay place you have the URL. Okay, you can do it here. Okay, you can do it on the navigation menu. So if you just go back to a shared component navigation menu, I will look for the navigation menu, which is called UR, right? UR syntax here, right? Which is this one. You can, okay. You have a request here. You can have a clear cache. You can do it RB like this. You can provide RB. That's mean you choose this. Okay, you can do it RR.
Reset pagination.
That means you choose the second one. You can do C, clear region CR. Okay, and you can provide the items, which is this page has a 2 items, right? You can search for page 3. Right, go have a page 1, which is I can provide a 7.7, and okay, another page 3. This is debug from Pickle Apex. Okay, so it should be 8.8 or 9.9. Apply. So you can provide the items like this. Okay, see 2 items separated by comma and 2 value. Okay. Right. Okay. The other, I mean the other.
What are you doing? Maggie, come on. Oh, upside, please. Yes, yes. The set these item. What is the meaning? What is the use?
What is the use? It's the same as you can use it from here. Okay. You can fill
Okay,
this.
okay. So these value. Okay, okay. Understand.
I mean, you can call the page whatever by column, and this column, it's called a page in my application, and it has the same parameter, and you can call it from a navigation menu, or you can call it by URL. Okay, you can do a, let me show you, okay, URL here. You can do this, okay, ahref, okay, right, equal, and you can type JavaScript and start to copy the URL with a same parameter, and you can here /a. You can call this a call page 3, right? But let me just copy this. Yeah, you can copy this. Oh, not this. It is right. I mean, you can copy this URL and start to provide a column CR, then column yes, which is, yes, refer to debug, and then another column yes, refer to a you refer to this variable printer vendor friendly, okay, and so on. So I mean, you can do it by a different ways, right? I was just here looking for something called printer friendly. Yeah, here you have a check printer friendly here. You have a reset pagination for this page, right? So you have my request here, like I created request. So you have all parameters here. You can provide parameter from here or from that column or from that href and so on, right? This is, but I think this need to be correct. Okay. So did you get the right URL, URL syntax, right? This is the substitution we were talking about and the URL syntax. One more thing, okay, about substitution, I can show you, right. Okay, I have as you know, I have a global variables, right? This global variables can be displayed, okay. We can display it here like, right, I have a global variable called app underscore user dot. This is how you can display it, right? My username, it's called MACD. I have also another substitution variables. And instead of a, right, app, I can show app name, right, which is a user. I can show also a app underscore ID dot app. This is a called substitution variables. And also we have, yeah, we have another way to call the substitution variables, okay, but I think it will not work here. It can just be work on items like it's the same app name, right? This is, it could be app page underscore ID. Okay, let's see this. So I have, okay, a app name, it didn't work here. I have MACD and this is the application name, which is, right? This is the application ID right here. And this is the page number ID, which is page number 2. Okay. So I think now, yeah, we covered, okay, a module number 3, okay, with a session ID management also, but we can prepare a big example next session or other session, right? Do you have any other questions? Hello?
No, but yes. The concept of app building, like a form, classic form, interactive form, and the concept of form, how can you teach?
Do you mean how you can build the classic report forms and so on?
Yes. Yes, how
Yeah.
can we build classic report and interactive report and the editing of the page editing हो गया.
Yeah, I think this is in a next module. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So we will get into this. I mean, in a next sessions. Right. You can read. Do you have this?
Magdi, I have some little some small application for in the Apex application.